Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you about something very important: how to think in English. This skill can change your life, making your English much better and faster. When you think in English, you don't have to translate from your native language, which can be slow and confusing. If you live where most people speak English, you might already be using it often. It can become a part of your inner speech, meaning you start to think in English naturally. For many of us, though, English is not the main language where we live, making it harder to practice and think in English every day. This might be your situation. You may not have many chances to use English. Maybe you are teaching yourself, and speaking English might be slower than you want. This happens because your mind is still translating from your first language, which can make your speech sound unnatural. Remember, English has its own way of forming sentences. The good news is that you can train yourself to think in English, bringing you closer to fluency. It's not hard, but it requires effort and practice. Start small by thinking in individual words. Look around and name what you see in English. This simple exercise can make a big difference over time. Charles Thomas, who has taught English for over 10 years, suggests naming things around you wherever you are. He believes this habit will make English words pop into your head naturally. Start with nouns like computer, telephone, chair, and then add verbs to describe actions. You can practice this at home too. When you wake up or before you go to sleep, try to name things in English. Teacher Andrew Hinshaw, with 12 years of experience, also recommends this method. Some of his students labeled everything in their rooms to help English words stick in their heads. Another useful exercise is describing objects you don't know the English word for. For example, if you can't remember the word garage, you might say, "The place inside where I put my car." This method helps you communicate even when you lack specific vocabulary. Hinshaw, who teaches at the Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School, uses this technique himself when learning Spanish. Describing things in simple phrases can help learners of any language. It builds your ability to think directly in the new language without translating. Next, try thinking in simple sentences. If you're at a park, tell yourself, "It's a beautiful day," or "People are playing sports." This exercise helps you get comfortable with forming sentences in English. Once it becomes easier, move on to more complex sentences. Hinshaw uses this method to plan what he wants to say in Spanish, even if he's not sure it's perfect. Thinking in sentences trains your brain to construct thoughts in the new language. It's a step forward from thinking in single words. Another helpful exercise is describing your daily activities. You can do this in different ways. Thomas asks his students to describe their day using simple present tense, saying things like, "I put on my shirt," or "He drives the bus." This practice helps with forming everyday sentences. You can also mentally plan your day when you wake up. This involves using various verb tenses, so it's a bit more advanced. For instance, think to yourself, when I leave the house, I'll get an iced coffee. Then, I'll take the train to class and study with Paula at 2 p.m. Thinking in conversations is another great practice. Imagine you are talking to someone. Think of questions they might ask and how you would respond. This exercise prepares you for real conversations and makes speaking English feel more natural. For example, imagine someone asks, "What did you think of the award show last night?" Think about how you would answer in English. Practice these imaginary conversations in your head or out loud. It helps you become more fluent in speaking English. While practicing these exercises, you will encounter words and phrases you don't know. Keep a dictionary handy and write down new words. If possible, use an English to English dictionary to immerse yourself more in the language. Writing down 5 to 10 new words each day can be very beneficial. Keeping a notebook helps you remember the context in which you needed those words. This makes it easier to recall them when you find yourself in a similar situation. Regular practice of writing and reviewing new words is crucial for improving your vocabulary. So, how much time should you spend on these exercises? Thomas suggests doing a little every day. Consistent practice helps make thinking in English a habit. When it becomes a habit, English words and sentences will come to you naturally, without much effort. Now, I want to share a beautiful and emotional story with you. This story shows the power of thinking in English and how it can change lives. It's about a girl named Maya who dreamed of studying in an English-speaking country. Maya lived in a small village where no one spoke English. She taught herself using old books and a dictionary. Every night, she would think in English, naming objects in her room and describing her day. She dreamed of a future where she could speak English fluently. One day, Maya found out about a scholarship to study in the United States. She worked hard, thinking and speaking in English as much as she could. She practiced conversations with herself, imagining she was talking to native speakers. Maya believed in her dream and never gave up. Despite many challenges, Maya won the scholarship. When she arrived in the United States, she felt nervous but excited. She continued to think in English, which helped her adapt quickly. Maya's teachers were amazed at her progress and dedication. During her first year, Maya faced many difficulties. There were times when she felt lonely and homesick. But she remembered her dream and kept pushing forward. She made friends, participated in class, and improved her English every day. One day, Maya had to give a speech in front of her class. She was scared but determined. She thought in English, planning her speech and practicing it in her mind. When the day came, she spoke with confidence and passion. Her classmates and teachers were moved by her story. Maya's journey touched everyone's hearts. They saw how thinking in English transformed her life and helped her achieve her dreams. Her story became an inspiration for many other students, showing that with dedication and practice, anything is possible. Years later, Maya graduated with honors and became a successful engineer. She always remembered the power of thinking in English and how it opened doors for her. Maya's story is a testament to the incredible impact that mastering a new language can have on your life. Maya's story didn't end with her graduation. After becoming a successful engineer, she decided to give back to her community. She returned to her village, where she saw the same obstacles she once faced. She noticed the children, full of potential, but limited by the lack of English education and resources. Maya opened a small school in her village. She named it Hope School at first. She started with a few students, teaching them basic English using the same methods she used when she was learning. She encouraged them to think in English, naming objects, describing their days, and imagining conversations. The children loved Maya's classes. They saw English not as a difficult subject, but as a key to a bigger world. They started labeling everything in their homes, practicing sentences, and sharing their dreams in English. Their parents noticed the change and supported Maya's efforts. As the school grew, Maya received help from friends she had made in the United States. They donated books, learning materials, and even provided online sessions with native English speakers. This exposure gave the students confidence and a real connection to the language. Maya's passion for teaching and her innovative methods caught the attention of educational organizations. She was invited to speak at conferences, sharing her story and techniques. She emphasized the importance of thinking in English and how it could transform not only language skills but also lives. One particular story from Maya's school stands out. There was a boy named Ravi, shy and reserved. He struggled with English and often felt left behind. Maya spent extra time with him, encouraging him to think in English. Slowly, Ravi started to improve. He began describing his day, naming objects, and practicing conversations in his mind. Ravi's breakthrough came during a school play. He was given a small role, but he was nervous about speaking in English. Maya helped him prepare, practicing his lines over and over. On the day of the play, Ravi spoke his lines perfectly, surprising everyone, including himself. The applause he received gave him a newfound confidence. This confidence stayed with Ravi. He excelled in his studies and later won a scholarship to a prestigious school in the city. Ravi's success story spread through the village, inspiring more children and parents to join Maya's school. The village saw a transformation, with more students dreaming big and thinking in English. Maya's school became a beacon of hope, showing that with determination, practice, and the right mindset, anything is possible. She continued to teach, always reminding her students of the power of thinking in English. Her journey from a small village to a successful engineer and educator touched many lives. Maya's story reminds us all of the importance of perseverance and belief in ourselves. Thinking in English is more than just a language exercise, it's a way to open doors to new opportunities and dreams. It's about transforming our lives and the lives of those around us. So, as you embark on your journey to think in English, remember Maya and her village. Start small, practice daily, and believe in your dreams. With time, effort, and dedication, you can achieve fluency and open new possibilities for yourself. The world is waiting for you. Thank you